Let's Talk Battle Rap podcast. France and Vlad were back. The quarantine dream. Stuck in the crib, so we got nothing to do but to create content for that ass. France, what's going on, player?
I like that name, the quarantine dream. I would have never thought of it. For like content all stars. We are content all-stars. We are content all stars.
Facts, man. Always. Perennial all stars.
Ooh, that's right. We've been around for a while.
Yeah, man. We got some
we ain't
mileage,
going nowhere.
Kid. We still look young. We still look fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Black don't crack and brown don't frown.
Oh, I like that. I never heard that one. This is great. Less than 60 seconds in, I've learned 2 new things.
Facts, man. You get old, you start saying some of the kookiest little rhythms and rhymes and stuff, man.
Oh, that's how you remember things?
Otherwise, I'll forget everything, yo. Word, man. What you been up to, though, man? I know you can't go out. Like, what you doing, man? Reading some new books and whatnot? Like, what's cracking?
I'm naturally an introvert. I just know how to be an extrovert, so I ain't got no problem staying home. I have been enjoying quarantine life. I got myself 2 books.
Yeah.
I got one book here. It's called Null State. It's a political thriller. I think I talked about it last time we were on the pod.
Did you? I don't think so. I think you just told me about it before we got on.
Oh, yeah. I probably talked about it off air. But I got this Null State. So it's kind of like talking about how the government struggles to establish legitimacy and transparency in like global elections. And talks about like the history of like elections not necessarily being rigged but lacking transparency, and in the public eye how things look like it's pushing a certain narrative. It's literally a political thriller. It's pretty good. And then I got another book here. I haven't cracked it open yet, but I'm aware of some of the stuff in it. I'm going to read it soon. It's called The History of the United States 5 Crashes.
Oh, okay.
5 times the stock market had a meltdown to define the nation. 1907, 1929, 1987, 2008, obviously, which is my lifetime, and 2010. Oh, you lived through 1987.
Yeah, I was here.
So you seen a couple of them things.
I was young, but I was here. I wasn't old.
So anybody that is of the age of 90 has seen 4 market crashes in their lifetime.
It's getting nutty, man. We got the 5th one going on right now for you guys. Ugh. And it's getting crazy out here, man. Yo, people are dying from this corona joint, man.
Yeah, man. I want to give another prayer and shout outs to Ben Swayze, somebody in the battle rap community, a battle rap media member, obviously our personal friend, but just everybody in the community knows him. He is has been announced that he has the coronavirus, right? And he's doing fine.
He's quarantining though. He's getting better. He's good. He's good. He just got to be, he got to sit still for a second. He got to sit in his room and chill out.
It's going to be hard for him. He's a big ball of energy.
Yeah. Word, man. So used to seeing him front row at all the, like, yo, how the hell did he just get up to the stage already? We just walked in together. Like, how does he already have a cup of Henny and he's front row and whatnot, man? I'm like, yo, this dude got
It's become an art, I think, after a while, to just learn how to maneuver yourself. It's timely. It's like you have to know when the show is just about to start because everybody's mingling, and you got to get yourself right front and center. Perfect where the camera angle can see you.
Yo, it's like Son is the Invisible Man, and then they yell action, and he just appears. Yo, I'm like, yo, what is going on, man? This dude is like Smack's right hand man all of a sudden, man, at all the joints. Perfect angling, man. Got the reaction game going on.
Well, I read
this. Yo, this is crazy.
I read this thread on Reddit today, and I want to read it out to you.
Okay.
You know what rhymes with coronavirus?
What?
Lone survivors.
Wow.
This disease isn't only China. What else? Hold my cider. I'm floating nicely on a boat, smiling on like a lonely island.
Oh, man.
Frighten my whole alliance.
Ay.
Yeah, no, the multi-gang had to have some fun with it.
Ay. Is that from the Shuffle T book?
It's on Reddit.
No, I know. Have you checked out that Shuffle T book?
It's incredible.
The Maltese joint?
It's incredible.
That's wild, man.
I love the daily. There's something that no one really talks about, and I'm glad that he sticks to this every single day, or at least every other day. He's doing like, all right, this is the multi challenge of the day,
Right.
And then he's just on and on and on every single day, tweeting out different levels, multis, and I'm just like, why is nobody appreciating this?
I love multis, man. Multis are fun, yo. It's a fun game to do, man, especially if you stuck in the crib anyway, man. Just play the multi game.
That's funny. I've always wondered sometimes with the rappers, like, when they start to do all these multi setups where they're like chain punching in multis, or they're looking for the haymaker with a multi. Like, do they write the words down, then do like a little thought bubble around each word, and just play with everything they have to create? You know, that's how I
want to
was
see these guys
it.
create their multis, man. I want to see Diz go through a whole multi chamber, yo, and just see like which ones does he think of first? Does he rearrange them? Like how does the first one even pop up in his brain, man? Like I want to see Diz go through a multi chamber.
Upon against popular belief, Loso does not use Rhyme Zone, and I have been present. I have been present to know that he is a letter 4 guy. Like he cannot lose in Scrabble, Vlad.
Yeah,
he cannot lose. He cannot lose. Like you will not beat this guy in Scrabble.
You guys played Scrabble?
Yes, and he.
Who won?
Oh, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. We know it wasn't me. I would have been bragging.
Throw your L's up. Throw your L's up. Throw your L's up.
You know, then I was like, when I'm back home, like, we should play online. He's like, nah, you can cheat online. You can't cheat in front of me. And I was
I wouldn't cheat a Christian.
Here goes today's Shuffle T's multisyllabic rhyme challenge.
Oh, let's go.
Tactical Volt, Practical Joke, Bad to the Bone, Accident Prone, Family Home, Maximum Load, Danny Minogue, Vanish in Smoke.
Who's Danny Minogue? I know Kylie Minogue.
Hey, I love it. I love it. But hey, you know what? I got inspired right from reading the Reddit thread. And obviously, we've been talking about Reddit for a long time. We have a lot of supporters out there and listeners, and we finally stopped slacking. And we got this mailbag going for everybody, man. We've done the Twitter mailbag, we've done the email mailbags, but we've never done a Reddit mailbag. So this is the perfect opportunity for us to introduce ourselves to the Reddit world, everybody on the community. There was that one guy that's like, wait, so you want us to give you topics instead of you talking about it here? I'm like, yes, give me topics. Creating content for you.
Stop being difficult, B. This is how it works, man. This is how it works, all right? We ask you, you respond, we make the content, you listen, then we all talk about it again and have a good time, man. That's how it rolls.
Don't worry, we'll post things. We'll be in the comments. We will be in there. But we want you guys to get familiar with our voice, get a chance to actually hear who we are beyond the podcast if you've heard us already. But now you get very personal with us.
All jokes aside, though, this actually gives you guys a voice also on the platform and on the air, because a lot of people have a lot of valid questions that sometimes we may not be thinking about because we're thinking about XYZ. So then you bring it to our attention and you bring it to the community's attention. So this ain't just for us. This is for everybody. So
I think Battle Rap Reddit has the smartest fans in the world.
Oh man, you gonna start a civil war? You gonna start a beef? You ready for all this, friends?
Where am I gonna start civil war? I just.
Oh man, all the Twitter degenerates gonna be like, "Oh, that's how you feel about us. You be on Twitter 24/7. Now all of a sudden, Reddit's the smartest ones. Oh, I see how you doing it, friends."
Because I'm referencing back before I was media too, like. All the guys in forums, I've always felt like challenged me the most to pick my brain at things. They always post details that kind of just go under the radar always. And it's just like, oh. And there's always that one person that like presents an idea or a thought bubble that you would never think about. And it gets you really thinking out the blue. And you're like, oh, what would happen if this and this happened? And then, I don't know. It just puts your mind in places where I feel like Twitter and Facebook don't put you in. Obviously not Facebook. We're not even on Facebook. Facebook's just toxic. But in the Twitter world, you'll find some good eggs, and you'll find some eggshells that will curse you out.
Nah, I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. So let's open up this Reddit mailbag. Finally.
Let's do it.
All right. Cool. Omnibush. our guy, we've had him on the pod. I got a chance to meet him out at iBattle. He says, "Can we talk about how awesome it is that iBattle is hosting a battle rap tournament where dudes are just in the kitchen and laundry room spitting bars into their laptops?" Also, when is that interview coming out, France? You nut ass freak bowl.
Yo, man, this is a sign of the time. I'm just glad that we have the technology to be able to record, upload ourselves, be able to be live, to be able to communicate with the audience. And it only makes sense that battle rap takes advantage of that, and is so dope that Lex was able to put a tournament together, put some bread on the line, and to get cats excited again to spit some raps and to make it happen. So it's such a dope thing to be able to have, because right now, man, we would be in a drought, a serious drought for brand new content if we did not have this going on right now.
I concur, my good friend. I just think about the headache that league owners go through trying to put things together. And Lex didn't make no small 8-man tournament, 16-man tournament. Like, he got 32 guys, bro.
Yeah.
That's 32 people. That's 32 people that you have to text. That you have to get them to agree to it. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't 32 perfect. I'm sure he shot for the field and played the numbers game. So this is Lex here. This is Lex texting people personally, going ham on his contact book, and getting yes and no's left and right. Maybe pushing and tugging with some certain people. Then gets a bracket going, gets it organized, and more importantly, incentivizes these guys.
Nah, absolutely, man. This is some things people can't do when people can actually get together in a venue. So to be able to do that online and keep us entertained during this time is much appreciated, Lex.
And we talked about this, right? You got to go through 4 rounds of the tournament. I'm guessing after the first round is like completing the bracket start. It's 4 rounds. Each round is 90 seconds. So you're telling me you can win a potential $1,000 for 6 minutes of content, 4 90-round battles, 4 90-second round battles.
Man. Nothing wrong with that.
I'll be a battle rapper for that. I think I could pull out 6 minutes of heat.
You'd be a battle whore for that, man. Battle rap whore.
All right, another question we got here. DM Crimson, he says people say battle rap is more and more resembling WWE matches and events, from tag teams to belts, signature moves. Is this good for the culture?
I think the battle rap definitely resembles wrestling in so many ways. You know, you can have the pageantry, you got the personalities, you got the different archetypes of battlers that are out there, just like you have with wrestling guys that are out there. And I do think that it's definitely borrowed from wrestling. But the thing that we definitely need to keep is the authenticity of battle rap. We can't start to have these storylines get so scripted that, you know, you're just sitting there creating storylines and writing things just to boost the profiles of battlers. Keep the rhymes authentic, keep the storylines authentic, but we can always borrow from the pageantry and all that. France, one thing I would like to see, though, I would like to see different belts or different like status championships incorporated. You know what I mean? Just how you have the heavyweight belt, you got the intercontinental belt, you got the tag team champs and all that. I'd love to see some of that be incorporated in battle rap. That would be dope.
Yeah, for me, I feel like there's one aspect of the WWE resemblance that didn't get mentioned, I guess, in his sentence or that you touched on, and it's the fact that it's fake.
Word.
This is a production at the end of the day, right? So I'm not saying that all battle rap isn't competitive, but let's pull everybody behind the curtains for a little bit. When these opponents are you know, talking to the league about booking potential matches, unless these are headline battles where you try to drive them, even those battles where you try to drive the most, you know, like mystery between both opponents. You play the phone game back and forth. Every other battle on the card is probably 2 guys agreeing that they both love each other's styles, having a conversation about what the match would look like, and trying to paint that vision. You know, everybody can sit back and try to engineer a battle, swing for the fences. It doesn't always work that way. And sometimes the people that don't plan for it get the best content. But as the league and as the MC doing a collaborative effort, you are probably looking to maximize your opportunity on that stage so that, you can ensure yourself future opportunities. I think that's one thing about battle rap that's, I don't want to say like it waters it down, but it's just one aspect. After a while, you kind of have to realize that winning, unless it's a judge match or a title match or something on the line, or a grudge match, which grudge matches are slowly starting to fade away at this point. There's nothing left. You're looking for good content. So I love that it's resembling the WWE in all these areas. And also, DM Crimson says here, taking it a step further, what else could possibly be copied from pro wrestling that hasn't already? Like, is it possible to have a battle rap ladder match? I think those three-way battles, that's the closest thing you get to a ladder match.
Right, the three-way battles, and like kind of like the Money in the Bank thing, where if you win, you could at whatever point in time say, "Yo, I want to challenge this cat and get a match on a premiere type card or something like that." Like,
you know what's missing? I don't know if this is necessarily be a ladder match, but battle rap in general, I never really remember King of the Dot ever. You might correct me if I'm wrong, Vlad. I don't remember them doing a lot of ciphers with their MCs really. URL early days will do their ciphers at events. Every single event had a cipher. That's missing. And you can make ciphers competitive where it's like, all right, this guy is at least not battling, but you can hear this guy rap. You can hear these guys rap. Like, if you made a 4-battle card and then a cipher with other artists that you would like to see battle, then you get a chance to at least have them competitively spit their verses. And that's content that is universal.
Now, ciphers can be more competitive than battles at times, man. Somebody start going off and then that bug kicks in. Yo, France, I've been saying this for the longest time. I want to see more competitive ciphers. It doesn't even have to be like, I know that Verbal Warzone does the on beat battles, but there's something about a cipher where everyone has the same beat. And you just see like the different styles being flexed, and you see who has the stamina, who can ride the different beats and things of that nature. And it's just a whole other animal, man. It's just hip hop in its purest form to me. Like, I love that. But one thing that I would like to see a whole lot more of, and I know that URL tried to do this a little bit at the Genesis card, was the walkouts. But, I mean, the walkout definitely has to have some more flair to that. Like, they got to make it big. They got to, come out with the crew as you walk up to the stage. If it's Surf that's battling, we need to hear Surf's music being played. We need things like that. Like, it needs to make it a big fanfare, a big situation with the spotlight on them as they come down the center aisle and all that. Like, that we need to get. We need to copy that from wrestling and make that happen.
I concur, good friend.
And, I wouldn't mind seeing some of them, gorgeous lady managers on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we got ring car girls.
I ain't seen them in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on.
You ain't seen any you like in a minute. That's
listen, man, I don't know what's going on with these budgets. I don't know what's going on with these talent scouts and these recruits, but man, my eyes have been missing some talent. So please, man, figure this out.
I wonder what point was it the URL decided to say, we need ring car girls over a time limit clock. Like,
when they decided to turn up and turn this into a full scale production, I
see.
Yeah.
Right. Next Reddit mailbag we have MC Bua.
All right. Shout out to you, player.
He's got a handful of them, so let's run through them all.
Got a handful of them things?
Yes, he does. Oh. He says, my intercom is stuck in a generator. Please advise. What would you advise somebody to do if their intercom is stuck in a generator?
Well, you better call Hollow the Denon and on, baby. So he could come and fix the intercom in the generator and get it loopy. You understand, my boy?
Well, let me help him out because I don't really have much advice, right? But if I put this on Google, it says intercom stuck in a generator.
What does it say, my boy?
This is an actual thing. Telephone intercom circuit with ringer signal generator. This is a real thing.
Listen,
did you think Hollow know this was a real thing, or he just got lucky at the end of it all?
I think Hollow was on mushrooms when he wrote that joint, and was like, you know what would be dope, baby? And then he just came up with it, yo.
This was before sparring, and this was before a lot of logic, because I'm sure anybody that heard those rounds prior didn't even question it.
I think that was in his dirty batch, and he just pulled that shit out, yo. It's like I think the shrooms and the codeine cooked in at the same time. He just went off, man.
All right, second question from MC. Battles that had no right being as fire as they ended up being. Basically, battles that on paper looked like they would just be filler for the card, but ended up being amazing. I like this.
What you got in mind, player?
Look, this might be cliche, right? Because it's an amazing battle, and these are two quality names. But we can admit, let's not retroactively pretend this didn't happen. An Iron Solomon and Rum Nitty was announced. People were confused.
Yeah, that's a fact. People were not acting like they were jumping through windows to go see that battle, and then it happened, and it was like, oh my god, this is battle of the year. I can't believe this battle is so fire. It's crazy.
I think that's an all-time top 50 battle. That's how I feel about it.
Yo, you know what battle that on paper you're like, oh, this could be a cool joint, but I didn't expect it to be like one of my battle of the year contenders. I want to say, was it for 2018 or 19 when A Ward and Bill Collector went at it? Like I was like, okay, not that it was a filler battle, because I like both guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was gonna be to that level where that battle was that crazy to where it was a top 10 joint, you know? So that one definitely caught me by surprise. And you know which one caught me by surprise? Years ago, we gotta go back to Vendetta. I did not think that I would have enjoyed Daylight versus Rich Dollars as much as I did, yo.
Yeah, that's a good point, because Daylight at the time, I think this is his debut of the face mask.
Yeah, at the bus stop.
And this is also his debut of, I guess, his face tat.
Pretty much, yeah.
And this is another thing that retroactively people kind of forget. Daylight wasn't one of those guys.
No, he sure wasn't.
Rich Dollars was the bigger name.
Right, Rich Dollars was Rich Dollars already, and Daylight was like, he was definitely known on the West Coast, but it's not like his name was ringing all throughout the country. And yo, he made a name for himself that night. And what people forget is that Rich Dollars was dope that night also.
That is a fact.
Yeah, man, that battle definitely caught me by surprise back there.
Any other ones on paper that you... How about this real quick? What about one on paper that did not pan out? I think that's easy to point out, right?
Oh, man, there's a gang of them like that, man. Yeah. That's too many of them, man. We could do whole cards like that. Like, yo, remember this event? Shit was ass, bossy.
Hey,
burn this stream.
I got one last one. Nestle and Maflex. I had no clue that battle would be so fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was a dope battle.
His third question: favorite audience ad libs. How can it not? How can it not be the wheelchair guy with Ines?
Yeah, man, the wheelchair guy and
what?
Yo, he was killing it at Grizzlemania, dog. He was on point. Oh man.
Well, then again, Ness is so like in rhythm with everything that he does, so it makes it easy for his hype man to like count the 2s and the 4s for him to know when to jump in.
Oh man, you can't really count Gotti because he's a rapper, but he goes into the Hall of Fame, man. He got so many of them, and you know which? This one isn't an ad lib, but man, this will live in infamy. When Homegirl told Old Red, "There's no crying in the URL," he's like, "Shut up, bitch." And I was like, damn. That one was rough, boy. You felt the hurt in Old Red's voice when he said that joint. But oh man, she made history that night. That shit was infamous, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. That lives on forever, and it aged very well too, because O-Red. There's tons of times you see O-Red on a big stage, and it's just the same situation.
What situation is that?
He's always crying on a big stage.
Oh man, that ad-lib plays in my mind every time I see it, man. He's going over the time. Why is he going over the time? He rapped longer. I'm like, chill, B. You just rap for 8 minutes, man. How much longer do you want to rap for?
Listen, one day we're gonna have to have a conversation about all right on these big stages.
Yikes. It's gonna get ugly.
There's a lot to say that people won't. But his fourth question, angles used against battlers that permanently change your view on them. For example, since Soul Body Raptor, I haven't been able to take him seriously at all because of the angle used against him.
Yikes. Well, I mean, the most obvious one that we just saw a few weeks ago was Big K versus Adi Boom. I mean, jeez Louise, man. A 10 sack of work for the dog, man. That joint was crazy. I mean, so crazy to the fact that rappers was backing out of his battles and whatnot. Yo, he's kind of lucky that coronavirus came around, man. It took him right out the news cycle, B. Man, Adi Boom is laying low right about now.
It gave him the perfect opportunity to find a bailout. Yo, because, like, the paperwork dropped, right? And he pulled the real, like, Loaded Lux move out the book. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he's like, oh, it's fake. It's Microsoft Word. It's documents. But then we find out it's real docs. Yeah. And then we can all read. Like, it said it straight up that, you know, your man told on his co-defendant. Mm-hmm. And he got a battle unbooked because of it. And he went and made a very strange blog on Gates of the Garden. And they put their filter effects on it. And he transitioned it. And listen, any battle rapper that has to put their lawyer in a blog without their lawyer's consent, sneak recording his lawyer, probably not a good idea.
The filters were just over the top. Like, my man is pleading for his battle rap life, you know, to clear his name. And here we go with these fake ass, not even Instagram type filters, some cartoon filters going on, trying to distract you. I'm like, yo, what's going on right now, man?
You know that electric noise is like zzz,
zzz. The TV static.
Yeah, the TV static, and I'm like, nah, they did not just put the sound effects to this.
The
blog.
BS detector, yo.
Is there any other angles that made you permanently look at somebody differently?
Oh man. Because
I feel like there's always like a huge lifespan with people, so there's never a chance to like stop looking at them a certain way.
People they're always able to fight up out of there.
Yeah. What about with JC and Big K? When, you know, Big K, you a baby.
Oh nah. You know what? JC actually did this to himself, man. When he put that when we found that Chris Stokes video online. Oh man, your man's forever the breakdancer now, man. That angle's gonna stick with him forever.
For life?
That's for life. This shit ain't going nowhere, bruh.
Yeah.
Danny in the 12K.
Yeah. Yeah.
That ain't going nowhere.
You know what?
I'm trying to see who put an angle on someone else, though.
All right, I'm thinking of angles that after the battle happened, the person's career was also never the same. And I think X Factor somebody to pinpoint. When he battled Goods, and Goods just like broke down how strange he is, how bizarre of a person that he is.
BPOs.
And as time progressed, X Factor did get a little weirder and weirder over the years. And
look good.
And he got real defensive. Like I never remember X Factor being so defensive. I always remember him complaining a lot, right?
Yeah.
And but a lot of times he had valid points to complain. But now he's become this person that's just.
He wants to pop the trunk at events now, man.
He wants to bring guns to events. You know, he had a battle where he opened up his round. What he said, Vlad?
He sell heroin. Say, yo, all right, big dog, we got you, man. You making money moves out here. Yo, speaking of Goods, when he put the whole, I mean, he made your man Danger Zone get a whole makeover. Like, your man went and lost weight, tried to get jiggy and all that, man, when he put the whole Cole for Martin angle on him and, you know, just basically saying
he didn't even shake his hand after the battle. How about that?
Oh yeah, he walked right off, and Danger Zone was there waiting for the dap, man. Made him look crazy, man.
Yeah, I think Goods doesn't get enough credit for that. Last question from MC, because he gave us 5 of them batches. Best battle rapper song or album?
Oh, that's easy for me, man. That Geechi
No
Gotti,
Studio
no
3?
studio. Yeah, man. Yo, I can listen from that to that album, man, from front to back. Mad joints on there that I enjoyed, man. The joint came out the same year cycle as Nipsey's album and G Perico's album, and I was playing all 3 of them like, you know, like it was all top-notch music to me, man. Top-notch West Coast music, classic gangster music with an updated twist. That's my favorite, most complete joint that I've heard from a battle rapper, and I can't wait for a Lou Gotti album to come out, man. That joint's gonna be fire, man.
Yeah, I concur with you. It was one of those albums that I was just regularly bumping. But to stray away from that, give a different answer. One EP that I really enjoy from a battle rapper is B-Dot's EP.
I'm just killing myself.
Yeah, man.
I'm just killing myself.
I really
I'm just killing myself. Nah, B-Dot EP was fire.
Coming Forth by the Day was pretty well put together. Really dope, really lyrical. Obviously, when you're listening to B-Dot as a battle rapper, and I guess even as an artist, there's a certain mood that you need to be in, and it's enlightening. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's fire, and I think it's definitely something that I could put people onto.
Word, man. Yo, Saga makes some banging joints, too, that I enjoy. I don't know if he's put out a whole complete album of, 13, 14, 15 songs that I can just call a full, thorough project like that. But he's got songs that are banging. Cortez always drops banging singles. But Tez, man, it's time, boy. We need a full album, man. Like, we need a whole brand new body of work. Just putting it down for the East, man, for New York. Like, we need that sound back, Tez. Where you at, baby?
All right. We have here Sekuhara 12.
Okay. What up, Sekou?
I might have butchered it, but can y'all debate Sue Surf's track record for me? Because I still can't make sense of him getting Lux ahead of some other dope MCs with a battle record.
Oh, man. Now, France, you've been around for a long time. You've even seen a lot of Sue Surf's early battles live and in person. So I couldn't think of a better person to run down this resume with than you, my brother. Let's start chopping this up.
How you want to run it down? Do you want to want me to run you every name? You want me to just tell you you're in or out? You
start from the beginning.
All right, cool. So you just tell me what you quickly think about it. We'll go through it. Luckily, Surf doesn't have an extensive catalog. It's under 20. It's under 24 battles.
Yeah, we'll hit the main joints.
Yeah,
the important joints.
Yeah, we'll take away his D League days, so then that drops down to 21. Surfing Young Ill.
Show a whole lot of promise there. Showed the promise, but didn't have it all together quite yet.
I concur. He showed a lot of potential. He was very raw at that time. You know what I mean? Like, there's no structure, no foundation, and I feel like that exact same formula applies in the DNA battle, except it's actually even worse there. Yeah.
Still had the promise. Still had certain lines that were hitting, but just wasn't all together there yet.
So that's 2 losses.
That was his third, 4th battle on camera.
That was his 4th battle on camera.
Right, 4th on camera. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about Ill DNA to X Factor, right? Because we're gonna go in order real quick. Somehow he just got worse against DNA as far as being a battler, but his content was better. So that's where you found a fork in the road with Surf. Is like, all right, you're struggling with how to bring things to life and how and what you're putting on paper,
Yeah.
And I would love to find out personally. I would love to ask Surf myself, how did he put it together? Because a year later he battles X Factor and he's went from being a boy to being a man. His coming out party.
Shit, man, you sit around for a year in the box, you gonna figure some things out, man. You ain't got nothing but time to perfect yourself and to get better at something and to realize the opportunities that you have.
The K-Shine battle, I also thought was a win, and the highlight of that was that It was a grudge match. It lived to the expectations. It opened the door for a relentless promo, you know, because him and Shine went back and forth arguing multiple times, and it proved how valuable the second round is because he rebutted the second round after being put damn near in the hole after K-Shine's all-time first.
Yeah, that joint was looking like a first-round KO. He came out rebuttaling in the second round, fought
It'll
back.
It'll make you always wonder what would happen if Shine put that round somewhere different.
Yo, it's just the way he set it off, man, because you never heard Shine rhyme that slowly. You never heard that cadence from him. You never saw that kind of like crowd control and just being able to command the crowd like that and just tell a story. So I think it was
very Murder Mookish.
It was a little mookish. I can see that. But yo, he wasn't Dot Mob, man, and you do learn there when you're hanging out with them cats. So he probably picked up a couple things. Was like, you know what? I'm gonna get my storytelling bag, man. Make this fire.
Sue Surf versus Big T. It showed his value in a small room, and I always look back at that battle, and I think something that doesn't get talked about is Surf's pacing. It's like he finally had mastered it, right? Because like with X Factor and Shine, he's finally getting like his feet wet, his coming out party, he's learning. But with Big T, he knew how to land every single haymaker on the floor. 1, 2, 3, bam. 1, 2, 3, bam. And I always look back like, damn, what if this was on the stage? Could he have gotten it off as clean?
Yo, it's funny that you say that because I actually felt like his X Factor battle was better than his Big T battle. I felt like with X Factor, he was clicking on all cylinders and everything was just landing perfectly. I felt like with Big T, he might have been rushing just a little bit.
I felt like, yeah, I mean, I could see that. My only thing is just with X Factor and Big T, against Big T, there's nobody there to stop him. He's fluid. With X Factor, it's every other,
Another thing too, man, that I got to give Surf props on. I mean, yo, you go to Detroit, you get locked up, you miss the event, they bail you out, and you still decide to go and battle, yo. Like, people don't give him enough props for that, man. A lot of people would just say, man, whatever, man, I'm going home. Like, I ain't trying to do all that. But he still put on and still did his thing in that battle. Like, I got to give Surf props for that. Like, those were some strenuous conditions, man, to be battling under and to still be trying to put on. And he got one off. He got one that people can still look back to and be proud of that battle, even with all the BS that was going on around that time for him.
And this is like the tail end of, well, I wouldn't even say the tail end, but this is the beginning of the end of Big T's prime. You know, like 2013 was fire, 2015 had moments, but from there on out, it's just like, you know, he got Big T at his prime. He got an all-time K-Shine round. He got X Factor at his prime. Conceded was the following battle after Bricks. Got at his prime. Obviously, Bricks is a one-round body. We don't need to really talk about it. But Conceded, it's such a dope battle because of the way everything went down. The venue shut down. They still decided to get it off at the Pyramid. Right?
Drove back from Jersey to battle him, man. He's already home chilling. Probably has something lined up. Came all the way back to New York into the city, Lower East, man, and they put on
the all-time view battle, about to hit the 4 million view club. Then he finally is becoming, not finally, because obviously it's only taken him maybe 6-7 battles to get here, but now he's that guy that you can put at the top of the flyer. Headlines against a Hollow the Don who's coming home from jail after 2 years, and honestly, that battle is as debatable as like a hair splitting victory, because there's literally one bar in the battle that can determine who won that battle. Yeah, it's one of the most debatable battles I've ever experienced in my life.
It was debatable, but it wasn't that enjoyable for me. I'll say that.
It wasn't debatable in the building.
In the building, it was what's his name? Surf clearly in the building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That, you know, LOM Mafia, man. They get online all of a sudden. It's like, what about that bar and that bar and that bar? What about when he did this?
Well, this is also Hollow's first battle back after 2 years, so rightfully so. Then Surf does something spectacular in his career. Headlines back-to-back URL cards against Charlie Clips, and this is where he starts to falter, right? This is him back in a small room, so you're thinking to yourself, like, oh, this guy, we just seen him in the small room dominate for quite some time, and Charlie Clips kind of put a little halt to his run.
Sure did, man. National what the happened to Surf Day.
Then you get Calico battle, and Calico also put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Sure did.
Now at this moment you're like, oh,
but that battle is more competitive than like going back and looking at the battle. It's more competitive than when people just say like, "Yo, Cal went in there and cooked him," or Cal, like whatever. Like it was a dope battle. Like he had content, but it's just he was falling short just a little bit and just didn't close shop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just kind of feel like Calico did what he had to do more than Surf did in that battle, and that's like Surf's first time getting a home game like in Jersey.
Right. Yeah.
So you would think otherwise. Then is a little teetering at this moment. You're a little concerned with Surf. You're like, yo, he just lost the Clips. He had his first choke in a long time. The Calico battle, he kind of got his ass kicked. Like, what's there to expect? Him and Hitman finally come into their collision course and put on an all-time great battle. In fact, the second highest view battle on URL. So
facts. Man, even the haters can't hate on that battle, dog.
It's almost in the 7 million club. 7 million.
Even if you are a Sue Surf hater, it's hard to hate on that battle.
And I think that was the battle that officially kind of just solidified who he was. Because like every battle after that, it took a while for him to get back to like that real high peak at a performance. Because in the Tay Rock battle, it's one of those really dry battles. Like it's just, you go through it, you don't really remember it. It was competitive. Nobody won or lost clear. You shrug your shoulders to it. Then he battles Verb and clearly loses. And this is a road game. This is a road game. So at this moment, you raise your eyebrow a little bit, like, why is he losing these road games? He also choked there too.
Yeah, that was a nasty battle.
Then he has the first gun titles battle, which goes back to elevating what Surf could do at his highest magnitude in a 2-on-2 setting, and they put on one of the best all-time 2-on-2 rounds ever.
Facts.
But then they tarnish it with a rematch.
Super facts. It's like, yeah, they just came in like, whatever, man. Like,
and so now, obviously, since he has a small catalog, we're actually almost pretty much done with his career. We're like 75% in already.
Yeah.
This is the little run of his career that people are heavily critical of him of. Right?
The choke stage.
He battled Averb 2015 December.
Mm-hmm.
He battles T-Rex, I think like March 2016. He battles Shotgun Suge 2016, right? Then he battles T-Top like November 2016.
Choke.
Yeah. So, and then in between 2016, he had the 2-on-2s twice. So not only has Surf had the most volume he's ever had in a year, battling 5 times in a year, he hasn't completed one individual performance from Averb all the way to T-Top.
Right.
Those are chokes.
Yeah,
in that year span, that's 4 battles in a row.
Early, yeah.
It's 4 battles in a row where he choked.
Fans was on his helmet at this time too, man. Fans, media, everybody.
Oh yeah, they were, but he also built a cachet where he's like, oh, he still won.
The stands was still in full effect, man. But it was clearly evident that he was not he was not himself, man. And when you see someone who can perform at such a high caliber, and who has in the past, and who has all the skill sets to be the best out there, or arguably the best out there, and you just see them putting on like 5 performances in a row where you can't close out, you're like, yo, what's going on, dog? Is this who you are at this point? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, and after having 4 in a row at this moment, and this is before he battled Rum and Geechi.
Yeah.
He's probably and Reed.
Another choke, yeah.
We'll get to that. Before those 3 guys, that's 20 battles. That's 4 chokes in 20 battles. You're reaching almost 20, a quarter of your career of chokes.
Yikes!
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
The T-Top battle, his first round is like one of those like, listen, I can be a master at this shit whenever I want to be.
Yeah.
I always revert to that round, and I'm just like, this was like, I don't want to say apex Surf because it wasn't like all 3 rounds, but that one round, his first round against T-Top was just like, Yo, this is the complete product of what this battle rapper brings to you.
Dog, I love that Greek scheme so much, man. I was like, yo, look at this cat going ham. Like, he was going crazy. First round went stupid. Second round going dummy. Yo, he was leading up for a fire third round. Now, normally, you know, as of late, we've been seeing the third rounds. It's like, all right, might get some Martin schemes here or get something where it's like, okay, I know I got the first two in the bag. I just want to close out and show you guys that I can complete the battle. But I felt like when he was with the crop top and all that, man, I felt like he was really going for the jugular in that third round. That might have been another super crazy completed battle if it would have happened. If them damn chains ain't getting away and take his concentration away. But hey, it is what it is, man. We can only go by what actually happened and not what could have happened.
Yeah, then the Rum Nitty battle happened. The Rum Nitty battle happens, I want to say maybe, I don't know, 15 months later, maybe a little bit, like a year and a half later or so. I think it's one of the worst Surf performances in my opinion. Content-wise.
Like the first round, man.
Content-wise. Listen, I mean, we were so happy to see Surf that we were ready to get anything. But obviously, we love Surf. Surf is a all-time high viewed in a lot guy, right? I get viewed in a lot. You're right, Surf. You get a ton of replay, and if you get a ton of replay, we're gonna go back to replay you and realize the content wasn't good.
I don't know, man. I gotta disagree. I thought the first round was fire. Like, I thought the first round was crazy. Going back retroactively and all the dog schemes, I get it. Yeah, I've overdone it with some of them joints for sure. But that first round was stupid, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not letting you take that first round away, dog.
Let me tell you this. He has 15 battles at 1 million views. Mm-hmm. The Rum Nitty battle is the fourth lowest one. It's in the bottom four.
People people don't want to hear other people say that he lost, and they're like, well, we ain't gonna watch that one. You know what I'm saying?
Vlad, the Geechi Gotti battle has surpassed the Sue Surf battle and Sue Surf and Rum Nitty battle.
Hey, rightfully so, man. The man came back, completed 3 rounds, gave us 2 fire rounds, man. And Geechi wasn't holding back. He was trying to lay that title down also. So of course, and Geechi is the hottest dude right now in battle rap. So
I appreciated Surf's promo run for Geechi when they was like, "What does Geechi got to do better than you?" He's like, "Nothing, not a goddamn thing." And then he really was like set on, yo, I'm tired of playing with my legacy. I'm tired of playing with my career. He had his situations on 725, and I think he just had a whole new view of life because from December 2015 till June 2019, Vlad, he did not complete a full individual battle.
No, not at all, dog.
You realize that's almost 4 years. That's 3.5 years of you not completing individual battles. Like that's
sounds nasty when you say it that way. Yo.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you put his career on paper, I see where a lot of his critics come from. Because like you take away his 2 D-League battles, his 2 2-on-2s. He has 20 individual battles, right? Mm-hmm. 2 of them are 1-rounders. So then, you kind of just like shrug him off. And then the other 18, he's probably not above 500. Then in 5 of those 18, he's choking.
Yeah, sounds crazy.
But more than 5 because the Clips battle has a stoppage, right? The Young Ill battle has something going on, and so then you take away his 2 1-rounders, his 2 D-League battles out at Block City, and his 2 2-on-2s. That's 7 out of 18 chokes, which is almost 50% of his individual. You see how on paper you can easily just tarnish this guy,
right? But you know what? We got the eyeball test, and the eyeball test says, yo, this guy. He's one of them guys, man. He brings you a certain savoir-faire, a certain style that he brings to the ring that too many people cannot match. And when he's on it, he's on it. He's bigger than life when it comes to battle rap, man. He's one of those guys that is just bigger than life when it comes to battle rap, and people just want to constantly see him. He's box office, man.
He's box office. He's a machine. He's going to always produce. He knows how to market. He knows how to shit talk. He knows how to at least give his fans what they want.
And he knows how to entertain, too, on the highest level.
More importantly, he understands styles make fights. So He likes to be across of an opponent that's going to complement his style. It's going to bring a different type of audience that he can also captivate and, absorb as well. And look, Surf's a genius, man. Surf is tactical. He's a master of this shit. But if you're going to look at dominant battle rap, right? If you're gonna look at battle rap with a win-loss column, Surf's not gonna be your guy. All right? You have to look at battle rap from an entertainment and a business standpoint to realize why Surf is that guy that is gonna get a loaded Lux. Surf is probably one of the guys that can get Lux, Mook, and Hollow on their resume. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I mean, they're already set to battle, and it was gonna be something crazy. It was gonna be something magical. We saw what Loaded Hollows had to offer. I can't imagine that with Surf being in the pilot seat that him and Tay-Rock were not going to try to reach, the NWX level once again, and it would have been something crazy. Surf is back on his BS, man, and he's focused. He's going to be bringing you those 3 rounds. And what bigger names to make this happen, man? So I understand it for the people who are just looking at it on paper going, oh, Surf Jones half the time. And, he doesn't do this and do that. And Lux is just the god. He can't do anything wrong. I get it. But, man, when you step back and you go, yo, we get a chance to get these 2 dudes who are Lux is over 15 in, Surf is over 10 in now. And arguably, these guys are having some of their better performances now. I mean, when you go to the 2-on-2 that Lux just had, this was like a rebirth of Lux almost. This is like a whole new, style, new chambers he's opening up. And now we see Surf get back to where he should be. So it's like, yo, right now might be the best time to do it.
His first battle after that 2-on-2 is going to be really interesting to see how much he's changed.
Right.
His style. And you were right. Like, these guys have been decade plus into the game, and honestly, the same argument you're going to use against Surf. I mean, besides Calico, and besides Calico, and that came with a lot of twists and turns that I'm not a fan of. Lux hasn't really dominated anybody. I get it, over time with the lyrics, things age better, and you probably have him winning a lot. But I mean, he didn't dominate Hollow. He didn't dominate.
And then you go to the Arsonal battle, you're like,
he didn't dominate Arsonal. He didn't dominate any of these guys.
Exactly, yo, Franz, I'm glad you said it, man, because I know that this question was about Surf, but if we're being honest and we're not just go read Lux's stuff on paper and you're looking at it with your eyes and you're going, yo, okay, so you're saying this guy is not a killer and he's not completing the objective all the time. Lux ain't out here killing people either, He's leaving his fans happy and leaving them to want more, and Surf is doing the exact same thing, So
what I feel like, though, is that people probably look at this. There's 2 complete views on this battle. I think there's like the far left and the far right. There's no in between. There's the far left that thinks there's really nothing Loaded Lux could do to lose this battle. Like they're like there's not an attribute on that stage that Surf is gonna overshadow Lux in any round.
You
right?
ain't never
and then
lied,
then there's the far right. There's like, well, Surf is the opponent that Lux has never been in front of. So he's never been barked on. He's never been, he's never been aggressively attacked by somebody that's gonna throw haymakers. He's always had somebody that's trying to rap fluid or be lyrical and I'm just like, yeah, but not really, because then you go down their resume. They have 4 opponents shared.
Right.
They have Calico. They have Charlie Clips. They have Holla Don, and Averb. Mm-hmm. Surf lost to 3 out of those 4 guys.
Yeah. But it's going to make for a good one.
He lost to 3 out of those 4 clear, and the Hollow one is like a razor edge debate. So you can argue that 4 guys that Lux beat very clear on paper as time went on, Surf lost to those guys in clear fashion.
Yeah. I mean, the Verb joint, people got that one up in the air. I mean, the Calico one, obviously, that's pretty obvious. But Charlie Clips won. It was debatable going into that third until Clips said your dad's a snitch too. So, man, you're looking at it. Their outcomes versus the same guys is kind of even. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you look at it, no one was dominant versus the same opponents that they had.
I disagree. I think Lux has the more edge than Surf. Like
no, he has the more edge, but neither one of them was dominant in those performances versus those opponents.
Correct. But dominance has never been a trait of Sue Surf. For God's
That
sakes,
is
he had
true,
Reed
too.
he had Reed Dollars in the volume room, and he'd even beat him clearly.
No, he beat him clearly.
Hey, listen.
Oh my gosh, man! Yo, man, save it, brother. Not for our debut Reddit episode. Save it, brother. You keep your numbers over there, all right?
I got the box score.
Yeah, battle. Keep your CompuBox, keep your 1954 box score numbers over there, all right, man? We got ESPN, we got Hoops Online.
Listen, at the end of the day, he was projected to damn near 30 him, and he didn't body him. You can say that, right?
Yeah, he did not body him. But don't you dare talk about we going to the box scores. According to the box scores, we ain't doing that, man.
If I put up a poll on Twitter or on Reddit right now, I don't think it's a blowout.
Man. Yo, listen, man, get out of here, man. Get out of this question, bro. I try to hear this from you tonight.
last question. Simran 55555.
Salute.
Had a debate the other day with my friend and would love for this to be a topic. Name several battle rappers and their best performance, I guess their career high. Oh. For example, we just talked about Surf. He mentioned Surf. What's the best Surf has ever looked in a battle? And he also put Rum, Nitty, Geechi, Gotti, and Arsonal. So let's say these four artists.
You sound like a rap manager from the 90s. Yo, these are my artists.
Okay, let's say these four battle MCs career highs. We just finished the Surf. We can tackle that one real quick.
Yeah,
I think his career high is Hitman Holla still.
Yeah, Hitman. You know, if you want to go for second, I'd have Conceited one up there. If you want to go for third, I'd throw the X Factor one up there. You know, and you can mix the Conceited and the X Factor, whether you want that to be second or third, whatever. But those are like his top three to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stick to one because I'll go down the whole rabbit hole if I pick three. The Hitman is still his career high. A beautiful third round angle. We haven't seen Surf do that in a long time again, like that third round.
Yo, it just goes to show you, if you can close out a battle on a high, it's just a whole different feeling than having two crazy first two rounds and then just kind of closing the battle out.
Okay. Rum Nitty's career high. I can't wait to hear what you think is Rum Nitty's career high.
Oh, to me, I'd have to go with Av. I cannot get the MOP, your ante up, like visual, the bar out of my brain. Just the way he just was so tactical in that entire battle, the atmosphere that it was in, it was just perfectly set up for Nitty, man. He was just amazing in that battle.
That's interesting. So you think since that moment he hasn't had a performance better than that?
For me, that's my personal favorite that I pick where I felt like he was most complete in that. What would you pick?
Before I make my pick, you do feel he's gotten much better lyrically?
No, he has gotten better, but I'm just talking about just the way everything was delivered. Like, because at that point, I was like, oh, okay, I like him, I like his style, but can he really project it like that? Can he really perform it like that? Can he really put it all together? And in that battle, it was just such a complete Nitty to me, man. It was just like, wow, this is crazy right here.
I feel like it would be wrong for me to say the Twerk battle because it's not complete.
He didn't complete it.
Yeah, it's not complete, and it had an altercation. But those first two rounds, like,
yeah, but you can't.
It was. You know what? I won't count it.
Because, all right, I tell you what, though. If he would have came back after they went outside, did whatever they did or didn't do, and just came back from where he was in the first round or the second round and just shut that bitch down, then I would have been like, yo, hands up, bro. You got it. This is the one. But he didn't do that, though.
Because here's my thing, right? Like, if we're going to go the complete battle route, like his career high, I'm going to probably edge it to the Iron Solomon battle because, like, the Av battle was, like, to me personally, his coming out party and his mark on battle rap. Like, he has a historic mark. Boom. The Iron Solomon battle is kind of like, yo, you got to, this is your legend plate, and then this is you asserting yourself like I am the new small room dominant battle rapper.
See, I think his writing is either slightly better. Obviously, it's clearly on par to the battle. Could be better, but the whole overall, though, overall total performance, lyrics, everything, expressions, I gotta go with the Av battle.
Hey, can you mind if I put up a poll right now while we speak and ask
go
the people,
for it, player.
What do you think is from Nitty's career high? Iron
go
Solomon,
for it. Let's
Av,
do it, man. Let's do it.
I'm gonna put that while we do this because the Twerk battle, his writing is better than both those battles.
You can't do this though, man.
No.
I know what you mean.
I'm not doing it. I'm just appalled that like he's gotten so much better, but he hasn't had a higher career performance.
Yeah, listen.
It's like there's no ceiling to him though.
He can keep on getting better. That's what's crazy.
It's absurd. Geechi Gotti's career high performance. What do you think that one is, Vlad?
Oh man, his career high performance. Shit. I guess you can go with the surf battle. Although it wasn't my favorite battle of his, the way that he delivered everything, but the moment and what it meant and, just everything that battle encompassed, that one could be put up there.
You know what I think?
What's up?
I might go far left on this.
Which one?
I think his Shotgun Shook performance is his career high.
You know what's funny, man? I was gonna say that joint too.
But you felt like it was too far left, right?
Yeah, I was like, yo, people gonna think I'm crazy. But in that battle though, he came out the first round smoking, right? Second round, he had the rebuttal. We're like, yo,
where is this coming from?
Out here? Like, what's good? And it was fire. And then
in
he closed out the third on Suge, man. He closed it out on him. Yeah, I'm changing my mind, man. The Shotgun Suge battle, yo. Should have ruined my first instincts, man.
Hey, listen, that was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, man.
It won him the biggest pot, which I also feel like without that champion of the night crown of that
right.
event,
You got a little bit more argument and wiggle room for the other cats. No, absolutely right, man. The Shotgun Suge battle, man. Definitely, that might have been his highlight peak, man. Let me not say peak because he can still get better, but as of right now, that might have been it, man.
And I think what makes him so great is that was his Summer Madness debut as well.
Yeah.
He knocked it out the park, and obviously, like, it's one of those battles that's pretty one-sided, but it's almost had 1 million views.
Yo, I got another one though, man. It's a
little.
This one is further left though.
Ooh,
the JC battle. Remember that joint?
I can't give you it.
They had to give him a zipper. Yo, that shit was crazy because they're like, JC.
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking about for me personally. You feel me?
Yeah.
For my personal joints,
put over
man.
Suge.
No. I'm not gonna put it over the Suge joint, but that's another one where I'm like, yo, JC was supposed to be this lyrical god who was supposed to nullify all this gangster joint, and then this man came out there going crazy on him, man.
Was this just your opportunity to just talk about JC?
Listen, man, anytime I get a chance to, bro.
The Reddit fans are going to know how you feel about JC.
Oh, they already know. Segment. They already know. I love this, man. Shout out to Reddit, yo. We in the building now, man. We about to start terrorizing these Reddit streets.
All right, the last one, Arsenal's career high performance.
It's a tough one.
I don't know. I think it's easy. I think it's a shoddy horror battle.
Yeah, but I just hated, like I guess Arsonal got his name the most disrespectful for doing what he does, but it's like sometimes it's like, yo, man, do you really have to do that? You know what I mean? From a technical standpoint, what he did and how he delivered his stuff, yes, but I just hated the route that he took.
I think there's one underrated performance he has is very up there. It doesn't get talked about a lot. It's his Ilmac performance.
Yeah.
Gene Short Nation don't like to talk about that battle.
Gene Short Nation. No, they don't, man. But I mean, taking my disdain away from the angle that he took on Shotty, as a technician, though, Ars was really on one, man. Like, he performed to his fullest. He had the whole, the football jersey on. He had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hands. He created his slogan that's gonna last forever in that battle.
Strangely,
he was just
his DNA battle was pretty high on the list too. Very strange.
Yo, he really put on when he went to the UK. And once again, man, your man took the extreme level of now your dead daddy. I'm like, come on, Oz. Why you got to do this? But no, he was firing them back-to-back battles.
I was always shocked at how great that battle came out to be. Like, it was like so underrated.
People don't talk about that battle enough, man.
They don't. It was so under the radar. They both came A+. They were both at top level. That this is, I won't say peaking DNA because he obviously got way better over time. But that was the best of who he was at that time. Like,
Yeah, and that environment, man, and the crowd and the way they were controlling everything, it was just off the hook.
Yeah, so those are the 4 guys that were suggested for.
That's crazy. Arsonal has his career highs in the UK.
Yeah. But more importantly, he's had it very early in his career. How about that?
Oh, man, he's had a long-ass career, B.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal's already tracking down close to 70 battles.
Still putting on, though, man. I got to give it up to him. Still putting on.
Still putting on, but if we got to touch as your best performances close to a decade ago,
Hey, listen, I mean, but, if you really start peeling back the layers on a lot of these guys, most people's career best ain't coming. You got to go back a few years for a lot of these guys' career best. When you really start breaking it down, you feel me?
You're right.
It's just like when artists put out albums, people always go back, oh, I love Illmatic. Fucking Illmatic was like 45 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, still putting out some decent quality content. A lot of people will go back to earlier material, even when it comes to your favorite artists.
Hey, I concur, good sir. Well, that concludes the Reddit mailbag for today.
Yeah, man, shout out to everybody on Reddit. Like I said, France and I will be on there. On Reddit, you can follow the podcast at LTBR Podcast. You could follow me actually at Vlad_LTBR on Reddit. So I will be up there. We'll be making myself known and interacting with everybody. Subscribe on all streaming podcasts. Subscribe to the show on YouTube. And until next time, you guys be safe out there. Stay your ass at home. Go read a book. Go learn some new tricks. Go exercise. Go meditate. Go holla at somebody you haven't spoken to in a long time, man. Be safe out there, y'all. Peace.